So a bunch of people have been buying the Patellar Tendon Rupture manual already, which is awesome. My intent with that was to help as many people as possible. Unfortunately, I just had one of my athletes at the gym tear his ACL last weekend. Big basketball player, Division I recruit. But again, having gone through the process myself with the patellar tendon and all the other stuff, it allows me to guide him and coach him from a much better vantage point. So remember that positive. On one of the calls with one of the gentlemen last week, because I always try to talk to anybody that buys the book. We were talking about scar tissue. He was actually Gil. He has a hard cast on his leg, so he's going to have a hell of a time with the scar tissue coming off the patellar tendon rupture. Your scar tissue is basically going to lay down like that. Okay? Our goal is not to break it. That's not necessarily true. What we want to do is get it to lay down in the same direction. When we can do that, you're going to get your mobility back. Now, scar tissue sometimes it's not as pliable or elastic, but it'll protect the joint more. So sometimes it helps as far as not injuring the same joint again. But with the scar tissue, you definitely want to, if I could go back, I would start moving the joint through a range of motion much, much quicker. I would not have waited 5 weeks. I would have started within a week. Because if you look through the injury report, they had it bent at 90 degrees on the operating table. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Again, patellar tendon rupture is a completely different animal than a ligament. Your ACL is about that big. Patellar tendon's about that big. So you can kind of envision your ligaments are for stabilizing. Your patellar tendons, your tendons in general, are for power production and transmutation of power. So sometimes tendon rupture is a kiss of death for an athlete. And define yourself as an athlete even if you're in your 40s, because you probably did this, not all of you, but you probably did it working out or something along those lines, and you want to get back to that. So again, just be wary who you talk to. I've been seeing guys out there on the internet that say they ruptured their patellar tendons, but they didn't have surgery for 8 months. That's not a ruptured patellar tendon. It might be a partial tear, but you have to have the surgery within 7 to 10 days, or permanent damage will ensue. And you can't, there's no extensor mechanism when you rupture your patellar tendon. You cannot walk on it, bend it. So again, some of these guys, they have videos up of them doing crazy stuff a couple weeks after they ruptured it. Not possible. So just be careful who you listen to. And keep enjoying the book, guys. I'm very glad that it's helping a lot of people. I'm going to keep trying to add to it. I'm going to go see my surgeon in the next couple weeks, try to get some more platelet therapy on the knee. I'll be getting some acupuncture video on the knee and explain that while I'm going through it next week. So again, keep your heads up, learn throughout the process. You're going to get better from it.